Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I just want to make a quick video talking about some of the premium controllers that I've purchased throughout the years and how I feel about each of them and which one is probably the best. So I guess we'll talk about the first one that I purchased. So I purchased this Scuf, not this Christmas, but a couple Christmases ago. Overall, it was a decent controller. The main issue that I had with it is actually the paddles. So it has these 4 slots. I don't have the paddles on me, but I can tell you honestly that this was probably the worst purchase out of them, because the paddles on these things, man, I swear they would break about every month or every couple weeks. One of the paddles, they were just made out of plastic and they would just break. And they're not cheap. You had to pay like $15 and wait a week for them to get shipped to get replacement paddles. It got to the point where I was buying replacement paddles because I knew that they were gonna break. I mean, the paddles, they're decently placed. They're in an okay position, and it was comfortable to hold the controller. And the thumbsticks were good. I lost the ring here. That's why it looks like that. But wasn't very satisfied overall with this purchase. At first it was cool, but really it was an issue with the paddles. I would not recommend getting this controller, even though I think they might not even be selling it anymore, probably for that reason. But it was cool though, you could customize it and whatnot. Next, we'll move on to the next controller that I bought. Well, next premium controller I bought, because I have so many controllers. But here's my Xbox One Elite controller that I bought last year. And the issue that I had with it is actually a pretty common issue straight out of the box. It's that when you actually press the B button, you can kind of hear it does this double click thing where if you press it once, it actually presses like 2 or 3 times, which is problematic in just about any game. Say if you want to press B to change something, it's actually going to do it twice, which will cancel what you're trying to do. It's extremely frustrating, and that was an issue probably within like the first month that I had it. So I kind of stopped using this thing very quickly, and I'm actually currently going to send it back for warranty because I don't want to waste the $200 I spent on this thing. But overall, feels very good. The thumbsticks are very nice and sturdy and smooth. The paddles, they're actually pretty nice. I mean, they're placed a little bit weird. I know some people aren't a very big fan, but overall, they're pretty sturdy paddles. I liked them. I liked using the controller with these paddles more than these ones, to be honest, on my Scuf. I thought these were an upgrade from that. But really, the big issue I had with this thing, man, was the B button double clicking. Oh, and I forgot the RB button actually also double clicks, which is even more problematic personally, because say if I'm playing my Fortnite and I want to go and switch my weapon, it's actually going to cycle 2 times sometimes. So that became a pretty problematic thing for me, and I just couldn't do it, so I stopped using it because of that. So yeah, the B button getting stuck and double clicking, and also the R1 button double clicking, sometimes even triple clicking, was just way too problematic for me. So I honestly wouldn't recommend this unless if you end up getting a good clean version that doesn't have these issues. But I really had these issues right out of the box within like the first month I owned it. I had the issue with these 2 buttons malfunctioning. So you heard that little stickiness, and that's just right out of the factory. That's not any soda or anything. That's just right out of the factory. We'll move on to the next controller, which is probably the best bang for your buck. I mean, overall, it's not the best, but I've probably got my most money's worth from it. So this is my Power A, I think, Fusion Pro. Overall, I think I paid $70 for it. Thumbsticks are a little bit loose. I'm actually currently having an issue with some stick drift, but it's like not even stick drift. It's like an issue where, say if I'm moving a little bit, it'll just like go like my screen will just flick like in a random direction. It's not even just like stick drift. It's just like it's just malfunctioning. And I've had it for less than a year. But that's an issue I've ran into. The paddles, they're not very great, to be honest. You can actually see, no, you can't really see. This paddle, the thing is like chipped out of there. So right now, I'm really using like the worst paddles. I mean, you could see this thing is not very tight in there, and that's not going to be very comfortable for you. This is how it's actually supposed to look, kind of like a mouse click, even though they're not very comfortable, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm actually using this paddle because my other one's broke. I'm actually using this paddle in here. But yeah, there you can see where it chipped. But overall, this one got me my best bang for my buck. This one, if it didn't have the issues right out of the box, the Elite is a very good controller. And the Scuf Prestige, would not recommend it. But thanks for watching.